Welcome to Super Rant Season 1 Doomsday Preppers. Here we rewatch superhero movies to explore how they build towards bigger stories, starting with Avengers Doomsday and the MCU. Welcome to Super Rant. This is the podcast where we watch movies and talk about how they relate to other movies. This first season we are starting with the MCU as it relates to the upcoming Avengers Doomsday movie. As always, my name is Brian, and I am happy to be here.
My name's Kevin. I'm a lead writer for Screen Rant, covering all things superheroes, Star Wars, and all kinds of fun stuff.
All right, let's get into it. Today, we are talking about the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which came out in 2014.
Love it.
Yeah, and so, we just had a really great stretch of movies in 2014.
It's been so much fun.
Yeah, Winter Soldier, Days of Future Past, and then capping it off with Guardians of the Galaxy. That's a pretty great stretch of movies.
We're doing good, and I'm so excited for the next three we got coming up, like Ultron, Ant-Man, Civil War.
Yeah, and then Doctor Strange is in there too.
Yeah, we're in the peak MCU era.
100%. But as always, we will be talking spoilers, so make sure that if you don't want this movie spoiled, go watch it. Otherwise, just have fun just hearing about a movie you haven't heard about before.
Let's get into it.
If you like that sort of thing, to each his own. But yeah, this first Guardians movie, I think is really interesting. Because I think up until this point, the general audience has been familiar with most of the heroes that are introduced.
Yeah.
Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, to a lesser extent, Thor. But, these are all characters that, the general audience has been like, oh, yeah, I've vaguely
Toys,
heard of Iron Man.
lunchboxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the Guardians of the Galaxy is definitely kind of just a shot in the dark in terms of what the mass audience is aware of. And if you're a comic book fan, if you've read a lot of Marvel,
yeah,
you know who the Guardians are.
They're a solid cosmic team.
But even for me, going into this movie, the only real understanding of the Guardians that I had was at the end of the Lego Marvel Superheroes video game. They showed up after you beat Galactus. It was like the post-credit scene for that.
Yeah.
And so that was my first introduction into that. And then I had also seen them in the Avengers Earth's Mightiest Hero show, which is a great show, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
For me, that defines a lot of who the Avengers are.
But definitely depicted a lot more serious.
Yeah, way more serious. And an elite force, tasked with guarding the galaxy.
Star-Lord was voiced by the same guy who voices Master Chief in the Halo games.
Yeah.
So, that's the kind of seriousness we're talking about. It was not Chris Pratt at all.
Right, and then that's the other thing that's crazy with this movie is Chris Pratt. Up until this point, he'd been in a couple other movies and stuff like that. But the primary thing he was known for was Parks and Rec.
Yep.
And playing, this fairly
Andy Dwyer,
dim-witted, overweight, goofball on the show. Yeah. And then dude showed up for this movie.
Oh yeah.
In just a really intense way, both with the training he did to get in shape for this.
Yeah.
And then his acting chops are on display here too. He has some really
powerful scenes.
For sure. Which I think that takes me into my first big point about this movie that I want to make. Is I think that this series of movies, that Guardians 1, 2, and 3, have some of the most sincere moments in the MCU.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks to James Gunn's ability as a writer to kind of take the goofball and the underdog characters and put them in really, really believable and really heartwarming and heart-wrenching scenes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a raccoon or a talking tree or Sylvester Stallone voicing a shark in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how crazy the idea or the premise is. James Gunn is going to embrace it, and he's going to make sure that there is something of heart and something genuine and something relatable.
Which, we talked about Clayface in our last episode.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing where that goes.
Yeah, as the head of DC now, he's identifying similar stories from similar writers.
Yeah.
Of what is going to be the core? Is there a great, solid emotional foundation? You know,
For sure.
it's very exciting.
Well, I mean, I think this movie, just right off the rip, just gives you a good old gut punch with that scene with Peter and his mom in the hospital.
Oh,
And just, take my hand, and then he doesn't take her hand.
it's like
Oh
the
my gosh.
most gut punch, super sad opening.
Yeah, and I just think these movies, just do a really good job of not taking themselves too seriously, but also really dialing in when it's really important.
Yeah.
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 So okay, let's keep moving on.
Mhm.
I've done a lot of talking, so let me ask you a question. This movie has, in my opinion, one of the best opening title cards, because you've got that scene, "Come Get Your Love," and you got Star Lord
Yes.
dancing with the
Yes.
big logo. I was trying to think what other MCU movies have like a title card like that, and then which one's your favorite?
Are you talking about like a title card where it like
Like
it's not just like a black screen, it's like kind of it pops up in the middle of a scene?
Well, I mean, I don't think most MCU movies have a title card.
Yeah. I would say like it's Guardians, and then the one that comes to mind is like the Avengers,
Well, yeah, the Avengers movies have them,
which are awesome.
and those are very
Those
cool.
openers are always awesome.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. Is there what are some other like fairly iconic ones?
Off the top of my head, I'm like just kind of thinking like Deadpool and Wolverine had one because you've got him with the claws.
Oh, that one
Which was
is
a good
really good.
That one has a lot of like kind of shared DNA with like Guardians 2, like when
Yeah.
Baby Groot's dancing and the
That's
opening
another-
credits.
Well, yeah, because all the Guardians have them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Iron Man. Does Iron Man have it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I was just
But it's unique. It is
Yeah.
unique.
And I mean, the music that's in this movie is definitely used as like a narrative aspect. Like,
Oh, it's top notch.
The songs are they're not just background music that we hear. Obviously, the characters are also hearing them. But this takes me into a topic that I want to talk about for a second. I think this movie kind of redefined the way that music is used in movies. Maybe not redefined, but kind of definitely like shaped a lot of movies after.
Definitely, yes. It definitely made its mark and influence going forward. Definitely like a cornerstone, like the last, like let's just say, well, it came out 12 years ago.
Yeah, 12 years.
So let's say in the last 12 years.
And a lot of other movies will kind of just like stick like fun pop culture songs in movies.
Yeah, which isn't
without a narrative
necessarily
reason.
Yeah.
And I think that that's can be owed a lot to these Guardians movies.
Well, I mean, it was definitely successful. Like every playlist from the Guardians movies are really good.
Yeah.
And it's highly popular.
Okay, so let me ask you, this is a fun question too. What's your favorite I'll leave this open ended. What's either your favorite song in this movie or your favorite needle drop in this movie?
I love Jackson 5 at the very end. I was thinking about that rewatching it. I think that might be one of my favorites.
Sounds pretty good.
I enjoy Come and Get Your Love a lot with
yeah.
the very beginning. And then Hooked on a Feeling is just like the classic. They used it in the trailers. It's used really well in the movie itself. I'm trying to think. I mean, they're all good.
I mean, yeah, they're all good. But if you had to pick one, what's your favorite?
I'm going to stick with it. Jackson 5 at the end.
Okay.
I Want You Back.
Okay, I would say...
And you get James Gunn as Baby Groot dancing.
Yeah,
That's
and
hilarious.
He's doing the mocap for that.
It's super good.
I think for me, I don't know if this counts. My favorite song from the movie is Come Get Your Love. But my favorite needle drop is Pina Colada.
Oh, yeah, when he's flying through space.
Yeah.
And...
Is that the name of the song? No,
Yeah.
No, Escape, the Pina Colada song.
Yes.
And not necessarily when the song starts, but when he comes flying out of the kiln,
Yeah.
and it's behold,
Yeah,
it is
Drax,
lucky.
behold.
Like
It's very funny.
That's just a great
Very
scene.
funny. Yeah, that is a good one. Really quick, I always find it interesting to think about as someone who like is very into the comics
Yeah.
and still is just through work and stuff. Corporate synergy is a very real thing
for sure.
between Marvel Comics and Marvel Studios,
And
it's only become more of a thing in the last few years with like Kevin Feige being like head of Marvel overall. So for instance, like if a upcoming character is going to be in a Marvel movie, you can often expect them to get a pretty good spotlight in the comics, even getting like their own miniseries.
Well, and so for instance, I don't think it's any mistake that Marvel Rivals is so Doom focused right now.
Oh yeah.
I think they very specifically had
Yes.
Doom as one of the main characters in like the lore behind that.
Yes.
Because it's going to lead up to, and they're doing Path to
100%.
Doomsday right now.
So it's a very real thing. And I will say this though, the biggest example of the movies affecting the comics is 100% the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, it's night and day between what they look like before and after this movie.
We touched on it a little bit where it was like they're a lot more serious. They all had matching uniforms, which we kind of get in Guardians 3.
Yeah.
But they were more of a serious team, the whole deal, not very well known. They were not household names in the slightest.
No.
But then we get this movie, and they're part of the MCU. And you've got Star-Lord, who's now more of kind of like your Han Solo type, scruffy. Yeah.
Well, more like a wannabe Han Solo.
Yes, he wants to be Han. Exactly, he wants to be Han Solo. So like those depictions that we get in the movie, pretty much almost immediately became those depictions, including their costumes,
totally reshaped the way they looked.
And then especially the way that like Star-Lord acts and the whole deal. And I'm not saying that it's bad or it's like something was lost, because they weren't super all that popular to begin with compared to other heroes, like Iron Man and stuff.
Some of the Guardians comics since that have been really, really good.
It's true. But it's a huge example of when the movies affect the comics. It's this very like cyclical thing now.
Yeah.
Where the comics affect the movies affect the new comics, and it keeps on going.
So to that point also, I would say that the power levels that the Guardians have in the movies are quite a bit dialed down from where they're at in the comics. I would say they're maybe underpowered compared to where they're at. Like I'm thinking specifically like Gamora and Drax. Like I don't think they're nearly as strong or as powerful as they are in the comics.
Yeah.
I
think that's accurate.
Let's do a question. A hypothetical. In the MCU, in a straight up fight, who would win, Gamora or Drax?
I think Drax. He's just
built different.
Yup. In more ways than one. He's absolutely hilarious. But also, he's just incredibly strong, durable,
But see, he's not as strong in the MCU as he is in the comics.
No, right. And I'm also, I'm kind of thinking about the comics here, too. But yes, I think Drax would win.
Okay.
As much as Gamora is, like, highly skilled and the daughter of Thanos and the whole shebang, I think it would be Drax.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I have to agree with you. I mean, that scene in the prison when he definitely, like, corners her. Well, I guess the other prisoners corner her first. And
right,
he kind of takes control of the situation. But yeah, I think he was definitely in control of that situation.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Let's talk about some of the more profound stuff as this relates to the larger MCU as a whole. This movie gives us our very first definitive look at here are the Infinity Stones.
Yes.
And this is how they are going to appear. We get confirmation that the Tesseract is the Space Stone.
Well, we got that first in the Dark World post-credit scene.
I guess that's true, right?
But it doubles down with the Collector. Yeah.
And this idea that they're out there and Thanos is looking for them.
He's making a deal with Ronan. Yeah.
And so at this point in the MCU, we have they have built this idea that we are okay. Maybe not this next Avengers movie because we still got a ways to go, and clearly the next movie on our list is Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't go ahead and pull the trigger on that.
Right.
But they are building towards, and we're going to start calling this the Infinity Saga.
Yeah, this is kind of where it really, I would say it's probably, I would say Guardians and Ultron, because Ultron has its own setup. But between those two movies, they do a lot of heavy lifting about here's where all of this is headed. And it's really Marvel Studios solidifying, yes, it's headed for Thanos and Infinity Gauntlet.
And they've got their definitive plan kind of at least outlined and know what movies are going to
Well, it was shortly after Ultron, I think, when they did a big presentation at the El Capitan Theater.
Right.
And they showed some stuff from Ultron, but then they also, it was one of the first times they did their big, like, here's all of our titles, and they, like, Civil War, and that's where they introduced Chadwick Boseman for the first time. And,
that's right, yeah.
We're going to do Infinity Wars. And, like, super funny that, like, I think part of that was, like, our Inhumans movie, which never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
originally,
the Inhuman show is not.
It was going to be Infinity. I think originally it might have been called Infinity Gauntlet Part 1 and Part 2. And then they turned it. Then they turned it into Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah.
And they didn't reveal the Endgame title until way closer.
Yeah, that was like within that was within the year after.
Yeah, it was a cool reveal. I remember being really stoked about it.
So, but yeah, I mean this movie definitely feels like a good kind of like, hey, this is a roadmap, right?
Yeah.
Like here's where we're going.
You get a really solid direction.
All the pieces we need. Here's where we know where other things are.
Yeah.
Here's where we're going. And as you think about, okay, what are the movies that, like, if you were doing only the Essentials MCU movies, this would definitely have to be on that list.
Yeah, I would agree.
100%.
I would say so. Compare it to the Multiverse Saga, which is all the movies after Endgame. Yeah. Unfortunately, for a lot of different reasons, and a lot of kind of just needing to rebuild the franchise and work their way from past mistakes with some flops, there is not as much cohesion as the Infinity War had. There's not as much build-up. Doctor Doom, aside from showing up in the post-credit scene last year in Fantastic Four, there's not been a lot of setup for Doctor Doom, because originally it wasn't going to be Doctor Doom. It was going to be Kang, and then they decided to change all that for a lot of different reasons.
Well, I still have a theory that Doctor Doom would have shown up.
Yeah, maybe.
And maybe. But anyways.
Yeah, anyways.
So, but as we think about how this movie connects to Doomsday, I don't see a lot of connection. I was trying to think of what could possibly be there, but the Guardians are not confirmed for Doomsday.
No,
they definitely could be for Secret Wars.
Yes.
But they're not for Doomsday.
It's been pretty much crickets.
And I don't see a lot of Doomsday happening in space.
No.
I see Doomsday happening on a couple different Earths, but not, I mean, I don't know.
Different realities. But...
I don't know what kind of bearing this movie will have on Doomsday. And I know that sucks to say because this podcast is all about how movies connect. But this one I think maybe isn't going to be as influential.
The one thing I might be holding my breath for, even just a little bit, is Star-Lord.
Right, because at the end of Guardians 3, he's on Earth.
He's on Earth.
He's there.
And they said at the end of that one, they didn't say the Guardians will return. They said the legendary Star-Lord will return.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, maybe, possibly, Chris Pratt is one of the actors that they're kind of keeping secret.
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know. Real quickly, as we just kind of talk about, like, setup and payoff and everything, one of the big moments in Guardians 3, the end of this trilogy, is when it's the whole thing with Rocket and Lila.
Yeah.
And she says, Rocket, this has been your story all along.
Yeah.
And that's something that James Gunn had said throughout the whole, like, press release. It's always been Rocket's story. And so I'm thinking about that in my head as we're watching this first one. And it is so friggin' true. Because you've got these great lines like, he's like, I didn't ask to get made.
Yeah.
I've been, experimented on and pulled apart and put back together over and over. And he's like, then he's talking with Drax. Everyone's got dead people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, he had friends
Yeah.
in Guardians 3. And it's like, oh my gosh. And there's just these little bits and pieces.
Well, I mean, there are definitely people who really struggle with Guardians 3.
It doesn't pull punches.
I really
with Rocket's origins.
I really do get it because it's dark, man.
It's hard to watch.
It's hard to watch, but I mean, again, that just goes right back to James Gunn.
Yeah.
And his ability to make you care about a CGI raccoon.
And it goes to show that as much as Rocket might like to pretend that he doesn't give a crap about the Guardians,
it's everything.
They're everything to him because it's a freaking family. Oh, it's great. It's awesome.
So good.
I love the Guardians movies. It's really, really good. I'm trying to think. There was maybe something else I wanted to touch on. Oh, just a fun little thing that I realized for the first time rewatching this one. I've watched Guardians probably over 10 times. It's got to be more than 10 times.
More than that.
But for the first time, he was only in there for like 2 seconds. But with the Ravager at the helm, when Rocket threatens to blow up the ship with Quill and Gamora still on it, it's the same actor who plays Galactus.
Yeah.
In Fantastic Four. And then there's been actors who play like multiple roles and all that. Like Michelle Yeoh's one of them.
Sure, yeah.
Gemma Chan. There's a good number.
Yeah,
but
there's a good handful.
I had never clocked him before, and I'm blanking on his name, but the guy who plays Galactus.
Is it Ralph something?
Yes.
Hold on, Googling it.
Yep. Just Galactus actor. But yeah, that was something that I had never really noticed before until we watched it just the other day.
Ralph Ineson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah,
which is great in Fantastic Four. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, just interesting stuff.
Yeah.
I just this movie I think is there's only a handful of the movies that like I remember like what that viewing experience was like.
Oh yeah.
And this one we saw for the first time at a drive-in movie theater.
Yeah, it was like an hour away from our house.
Yeah, and that was pretty fun.
We made a whole
was
trip
pretty
of
unique
it.
Experience. And
very awesome.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was like a double feature. I don't remember what the other movie was.
Oh, it was.
I didn't care because Guardians was awesome. Yeah.
I feel like it was like a spy movie or
some
something.
Action movie.
Like
yeah. Anyways,
yeah, let's move on. I think we can continue talking about Guardians, but we'll come back to it with the second and the third. And
100%.
I'll have amazing things to say about the third movie.
And I really love the second movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love them all.
I mean, yeah.
But let's hit some news. What news we got today?
Yeah. Did you see the new Spider Noir trailer? Oh, I don't think we've talked about it.
Oh my gosh,
but
dude, it looks so good.
It looks so clean.
There are people that I've talked to about it that I didn't realize would like be into it.
Yeah.
That they're like, "Are you excited?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm excited."
Yeah, dude, the black and white.
And I'm gonna watch it in black and white.
Yeah.
And like, if that's not your thing, that's okay. Go watch it in color, but go watch it in black and white.
It's meant to be black and white.
Spider Noir.
They're doing it. They're doing it for people who are like, black and white. But oh my gosh, watch it in black and white.
I'm colorblind, so just y'all can bear with me in my pain.
Oh my gosh. Did you catch at the end of the trailer? He's got organic webs.
Oh, does he?
Mm-hmm. He doesn't. Now, in the comics, Noir has web shooters, mechanical web shooters. They're giving Nicolas Cage's version live action. They're giving him organic. They come right out of his wrist, and they're black, which is cool.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But here's the thing. Nicolas Cage, that means that Cage's Spider Noir is going to be the first live action Spider-Man to have organic webs since Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And we all thought it was going to be Tom Holland.
Yeah, but then Tom Holland's going to
because he's going to get his new powers and enhanced abilities in Spider-Man New Day after his web cocoon. Yep. But now he's going to be it was crazy. We thought it was going to be Holland, but now it's going to be Nicolas Cage.
But yeah, I mean,
he's just kind of sneaking in there.
When does the Spider Noir show come out?
End of May, 27th.
Oh, gosh, that's right around the corner.
It's going to be crazy. It looks awesome. The different villains and the 1930s style of villains look great. They all look awesome and exciting.
Are you caught up on Invincible?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I've been pretty heavy covering Daredevil and also the Maul series.
the
Maul Shadow
season-
Lord is awesome.
The season finale of Invincible was recently too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was actually last week, but I just got caught up today.
Yeah, how's that been?
It's good. I mean, so I've read quite a bit of the comic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did a good job of adapting some really cool scenes and stuff like that. I mean, this next season that they do, which would end up being what, season
5?
Season 5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the nature of the show. It just continues to get darker. But I think that's what I really like about Invincible as a character. Because while he may not actually be invincible, like who he is in like his desire to do good, even though sometimes he stumbles and falls in that.
Yeah.
Like his desire to do good and see the world become a better place never changes.
Have you heard that they're trying to do like a live action Invincible?
Mm-hmm.
What's your thought on that?
I don't think they need to.
I don't think it feels necessary. Like the animated series is so good.
It's along the same lines as like, why would they do? I mean, like, so like the live action One Piece show.
Yeah.
You've watched more of that than I have,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going through like the anime right now.
Sure.
It's like why you don't, not everything needs to become live action in order for it to be good.
Sure.
That being said, I've really liked some of the stuff that they've done with the live action One Piece show.
Sure.
That I've seen.
Yeah.
But it's like also with like the Disney movies, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody needs a live action Moana.
Nope.
Nobody needs to see The Rock do the same thing again.
Yeah. It's
And it's
pointless.
Like, when the original is still so good and still so relevant.
Yeah.
And it's like and that's not just like an animated to a live action like hang up that I have.
Yeah.
But it's like with the new Harry Potter show. Like I'm sure they're going to do a very good job of it.
Yeah, but was it necessary?
And I have a lot of confidence in where they're going, but it's not necessary when the original Harry Potter movies are still so relevant to pop culture.
Yeah.
And Universal is still doing new merchandise for these movies that came out
They just opened up a whole new section of the park in Florida.
literally over 14 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they recently did, not recently, but like within the last 10 years, they did all the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Yeah.
And those were a part of that original Harry Potter timeline.
Yep.
And it's like, why would they, like, if you really need to make more money off of them, just re-release them in theaters.
Yeah.
You know how much money you would get? And so, and I'm just like, why do we don't need to remake something just for the sake of remaking it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
getting back to the Invincible argument, I don't think we need to, because the acting in that show, whatever problems you want to have with the animation in that show, you can have. It's got some issues, but it's also got some really cool stuff.
Sure.
There's some really cool impact frames in the season, but the voice acting in the show is incredible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I really do like it.
Michelle Yeoh is in this too.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, isn't she Invincible's mom?
No, I think that's Sandra Oh.
No, sorry, I was getting mixed up. Sandra Oh.
I talked about Michelle Yeoh earlier.
Yeah, but Sandra Oh, she does an incredible job.
Mm-hmm.
J.K. Simmons does an incredible job. The main actor for Invincible, what's his name? Steven Yeun. He's incredible.
So good.
It's just like the acting's nuts. It's insane.
Did you know that he's going to be voicing adult Zuko in the Avatar movie that's coming out?
Very cool.
Crazy.
Anyways,
Crazy.
Let's get back into it. That was a huge rabbit trail.
Oh yeah, but fun.
I watched the finale.
Last little bit of news: the finale of Daredevil: Born Again season 2 is next week, May 5th. I'm very excited to talk about it on our next podcast episode. Because oh my gosh, we got stuff to talk about.
We'll set some stuff aside.
Yeah, definitely.
And we won't get into it like that much, but we're gonna have to.
We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's all I got.
Yeah, I think that'll be it for today. Like we mentioned earlier, next week will be Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Let's freaking
which
go.
I think is underrated.
Highly underrated.
I love
it's one of my favorites.
It's one of the only movies where we get to see the Avengers like as a unified team, just going on missions, doing their thing.
Kind of at their peak. Yeah.
It's cool. It's good stuff. All right, but that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Catch you later.
Thank you for listening to Super Rant Season 1 Doomsday Preppers. Look out for our following episode next Friday. And remember to watch the upcoming movie before listening. You can find a link to our watch schedule on our YouTube page.